but they haven't changed their results. This is their chance to do it.
0-6, FPX 7-0. Undefeated team versus a team still looking for the win, and for some reason, we decided to leave arcade mode on. I'm okay with that. Spices things up just that little bit extra as FPX jump on, taking on Vici Gaming. The fact that Vici have that much support is good. I mean, it was growing at the start of this season, and seeing some unexpected game threes, we thought we'd build up more of a Vici fan base. But as you mentioned there before, Clement, still without a series win. And FPX trying to challenge them with the Mordekaiser first, who this is going to be the start of vertical jungling. However, Chelizi are going to spot this one out. Tian on the red buff secures it nicely, while to the bottom side, it's going to be Ike's getting the red buff of his own.
So I really love this move from FPX, and they were the ones to initiate the vertical jungling. The most important reason is to protect their top side. Both Nautilus and Mordekaiser are very easy to gank. Whoa!
Wow, that's a flash forward. Ike's comes in for the level 2 gank. Chris getting engaged on, has to flash himself, but Southwind pulls the trigger and you take those summoners.
Yeah, it's still a worthwhile trade.
Oh god. Oh god. This is not good. Walk away. Conquerors on GimGoon, of course, fearing for Chelizi. It didn't take as much as I thought.
Indestructible early just with passive damage.
Wow.
Is insane.
Wow. Southwind doesn't miss.
Ooh, that was a great punish. No Devour cooldown, so he takes full damage there from the trade back.
I want to note as well with his Keystone, while he does back away LWX's teleport, so not bad news just yet, but the Key Summoner down for the AD carry, and even down 11 CS at the moment. It's Comet on the Virus. So looking for the lethality build most likely to come out here, Clement.
You do really want to play for like more of a poke situation. The closer you are against this combo, the easier it is to get hit by everything. Sure. And their cooldowns are actually shorter than Devour, so you can't always keep yourself safe in that one. I understand the build path here.
I'm wowing a lot because they're playing the style of FPX here. Tian went into vertical jungling, he's walking down now into the gank. LWX forced the flash to Devour comes through. Tian's finally here as well, but Ike's underneath the turret. They get first blood anyway. It's a 1-for-1 trade, but Doinb teleported down, he flashes in, gets the root down, the knock up onto Southwind. FPX turned it back around, and Vici, the proactivity was so nice, but FPX just do it better. Puff running for his life as Tian's going to find a knock up, and that's an easy triple kill for the Rek'Sai at 3 minutes.
Oh boy. If you want to do the bot lane dive, there's a couple things you have to be very aware of. Jungle position and just if there's a teleport on the mid laner. And that's the reason that failed so horribly. If you look at the map, Vici was assuming that Rek'Sai would be pathing towards his own blue side in the vertical jungle, but Tian had a great read there to counteract Vici's 4v2 dive. He read that they were going to use that strategy, went straight toward the bot lane, and he's sitting at 3 kills. Should be an early, it's going to be an early Black Cleaver Rek'Sai for you. Yeah,
early Warrior, early Black Cleaver, it doesn't matter. He's now onto Jay, trying to force him out of lane. We're just having a quick look at Ike's move into the mid lane, but Doinb escapes. And even Chris walking up here, that gives more pressure to the Nautilus mid. And Tian forced to go back to his own jungle where there is nothing on his red side. And Tian just gets full access to that blue buff.
That's just such smart pathing from Tian. Tian just finding out, reading his opponent's mind so well. And I think a lot of it actually reading what the bot lane positioning was between those two carries. If you see Southwind start walking into their tower range, that's a pretty good indicator there's more than just that Lux there.
Yeah. Good to see FPX at work, of course, with that triple kill. There's a small gold lead for them in this early game. And I was going to ask you, Clement, how these comps kind of interact with each other, but I think the answer now is that the Rek'Sai interacts as we get the POV stream as Tian found himself the start of the triple.
Really good teleport position. The Devour takes a lot of time away. Getting that first blood took so much time, and there's still double flashes on Doinb and Tian, so the follow-up hard crowd control is quite easy for them. Puff doesn't make it to the edge of the wall. He does have the flasher, so he would have been able to escape just going a couple pixels forward. No such luck, and triple kill towards Tian.
Now, he picked up the Caulfield's Warhammer, and he has the Chilling Smite Clement. So the party only just started here for the Rek'Sai, who's heading back towards that bottom side. And if anyone's a jungler out there, you know best what to do when you abuse a lane once, when you take some summoners away. Hit it hard again. Tian set up to move into that bottom lane, whether it comes in through the traditional gank path, or we see a lane gank come out nice and early.
Yep, not that much crowd control. I think for FPX, they're actually going to wait till 6 until they still go for that lane. He's just clearing his Krugs. There's nothing on the top side left for him. So he'll pay a small visit toward the bot side, but I don't really expect any kills to happen here.
Not going to be spotted out by Control Warders. Puff in an easy position to disengage. He's 20 CS up still in this lane, so you can see why Tian wants to get in there as soon as possible, even out the favor so LWX and Crisp could find something as Chelizi actually still getting the better trade. Hit level 6, but unwilling to go in with the Hextech ultimatum just yet. Yeah,
good range decision coming in from GimGoon. Does land that extra tower shot onto Chelizi. And this is a great laning phase for Mordekaiser. No ganks incoming from Xin Zhao because of the vertical jungle, and he's able to trade CS for CS. Mid-game is where Mordekaiser really becomes insane.
Yeah.
I think Mordekaiser is the best top laner to teleport bot. There's nothing an AD carry can do. They can't flash away during the death realm. They're just stuck there.
That's true. Team might be caught out. Good seismic shove. He's dead. Hello. Second kill for Jay. Now, we were really not complimenting his mid lane, but now that he's got 2 kills, he should be all right.
That was really well done by Vici because you can see Tian actually sweep that before he went in.
We're just going to fight more. Southwing is so squishy. Doinb just ult him. Thank you, AP Nautilus. The Weaver's Wall to come through in a 2v2. Seismic shove onto Crisp, but Doinb just trying to walk away here as the Piltover Peacemaker finds the kill. Puff gets one. Crisp running away, flashes over the wall, and Vici are matching the tempo, all things considered.
Yeah, the FPX just bit off way more than they could chew. They wanted to trade the 1 kill back, but LWX wasn't on the map yet. So just going a little too far in, but both of these plays, I have to say, Jay did such a good job.
Yeah.
You could see he was waiting there on the on his own side of the river. Tian actually sweeped that brush. He knew there was no ward, and he thought he was safe because of that. But Jay was there waiting for him. So once the CC went down, they instantly got the kill. And the second kill, you could see him with the Weaver's Wall actually cut off FPX's retreat. They had the AD carry there first, and they just win the 3v2.
We always consider, okay, why is Ian Korn not in this mid lane? Well, bringing Jay in this time, you're thinking, okay, that's all right. Let's see where this goes in the development of this mid laner, especially throughout this series. So an opportunity for him to rejoin the fight, but no ulti. Ike's running away from his red buff as Tian has the level advantage, should have the camp as well, and just smites that one away.
Yeah, and it just goes to show you, Jay might not outplay you, but he for sure as hell can outsmart you.
Yeah.
And those were very good vision plays down there. I really respect what that did for Vici Gaming. And we have to remember that this is a composition. If I'm looking at Vici's comp, they do need some early leads to really justify their picks.
Yep.
Taliyah plus Xin Zhao do fall off later in the game. And if you're a Caitlyn Lux, you don't get that lead early. It also feels kind of bad. It feels kind of like a wasted pick. So far with those kills, what they want to do is wrestle back mid lane priority, and they could set up for the 4v2 dives that FPX is so well known for.
Because if we get towards that late game for FPX, like the nuke in Nautilus, in Mordekaiser, of course. Remembering that Mordekaiser at the moment, across a lot of regions, we've seen the AP health build. So a lot of the Rylai's, Morella Nomicon, Leandri's was even seen incorporated in there as well. I've seen a Hextech Gunblade. So there is a lot you can do with this build and transitioning it across so that even into the Camille, he can be pretty dangerous. As dangerous the name of the game onto Crisp as there's
no
the
flash.
ace in the hole. They find the light binding. He cleanses away, gets out of himself with the final spark. Ult used by Ike's, and Chris just walks away while Jay's coming in as well. LWX going to get knocked up here. 1, 2, and 3. Seismic shove takes him away. Jay with his 3rd kill of the game. And under pressure now, FPX. Doinb comes in for another TP play. Has the ulti as Tian's in here once again.
Oh, he gets
another
double.
dribble. No, he gets Chris. Puff on the back line. They stun him. They lock him down. They're into Doinb. Has to flash away. Ike's with the slowdown, and Jay's just heading forward. They almost find the Naut, who's stuck under turret. Ulti onto Ike's. A messy game indeed. Clement is Tian now. Flushes over to Southwind. A double kill for the jungler of FPX.
Completely outplayed, and they can't see him in the brush because he's scanning it right now.
They're waiting. FPX are coming down, but Vici disengaged, and my God, this game is messy.
Damn, Tian just redemption for himself after giving over the bounty to Vici. That was so well played. He gets the double, keeps himself alive with the sweeper.
Oh, no.
That was insanely smart.
Tian, they know you're there. Jay's coming in. Weaver's Wall. Knock him up. Do something. Nah, Tian's just going to get stone thrown. Seismic shove doesn't connect. LWX against the wall. Chris eats him back out, slimes him down. FPX are not winning this game anymore.
And that was the play we were talking about. Once Vici got mid lane priority, their bot lane will naturally push. We saw the 4v2 come in. Doinb has to use another defensive summoner just to stay there. And Vici, I would say overall, still actually come out ahead.
Yeah.
They got that one extra
kill.
kill.
Oh, that's a cool interaction. Sorry, Clement, you're darn right. I just get excited by Mordekaiser.
I am too. I don't know all of his interactions. Now, to give the viewers some knowledge about how Death's Realm actually work, it is worded as a banish, but what that actually means is just suppression. So whatever can cleanse suppression, we'll deal with it. You're looking at Quicksilver Sash and Mercurial Scimitar. That's why Mordekaiser does fall off quite hard late game. It's that you don't really have that many targets that you can use anymore. And there's also a lot of champions that are currently in the meta that actually just disregard your ultimate.
Now, I know...
You're looking about Olaf and Gangplank are the two main culprits.
Now, if Olaf ults and he uses Death Realm after the Olaf ult, Olaf still goes to Death Realm.
Oh.
But if Olaf in the Death Realm presses Ragnarok, his ultimate, he gets out of the Death Realm. All right, Comprende, that's something to remember in the future, because I know we'll have that interaction. And I know QSS or Cleanse, one of them doesn't work. Cleanse doesn't
work.
Yeah.
QSS does.
So people like Crisp, I mean, he's on the right team. He's not facing into the Mordekaiser, so good news there is Vici Gaming is still playing the tempo. They're still trying to be proactive in this bottom lane, and they're just getting some free gold. There's a 40 CS lead on the Caitlyn now. And LWX and Crisp, we said this was the lane matchup that Puff and Southwing had to win. And they are more than just winning it at the moment.
The way I read this is GimGoon has to have something to show for, because they sent their jungle top side. The jungle didn't come bottom because they wanted to save Mordekaiser lane. Now, if you do this, Mordekaiser has to give you some returns.
So FPX moving to the top side. They're willing to take the trade, but I'm not sure if the Rift Herald's going to get it. Vici getting first turret blood and all the plates that come with it. A 2k gold lead that should be quelled by the trade-off by FPX, but they're still trading down. They're still not hard winning any of these lanes. And Tian with all the kills, you're starting to say that this might actually hurt FPX in the long run.
It definitely does. Rek'Sai is not a champion that does a lot in these big 5v5 team fights. He's also only a single target knock-up as well. So unless he can snowball in the laning phase early, having that much economy on him doesn't really do much.
Yeah. Continuing to lose more towards the bottom side of the map. Ike's onto the Mountain Dragon. Vici getting the best of it.
And the problem for me is that this Caitlyn is actually going to be able to hurt the Nautilus in mid-game. She's so accelerated. She's so fed. Typically, I hate Caitlyn's in this patch because Infinity Edge is just an inferior item compared to Essence Reaver. The damage output is not comparable, especially when you're not going for lethal tempo and like Sivers and Zayas are going for it. But in this situation, she's got through the laning phase completely fine. She has her Zerker Greaves. She's going to be able to chip Nautilus down, which shouldn't really happen.
Yeah, almost towards that second item too. Kache's Shard now picked up, and most likely that Static Shiv coming forward. I see a Rapid Fire Cannon later for sure. Of course, in the mid lane, Jay picked up his first item as well. He's just as accelerated. 4 kills to the Talia. And we thought Doinb was just going to smash this matchup. We thought Jay was going to fall so far behind. The man is heading towards his second item, and Jay right now styling on FPX.
Yeah, I think Rek'Sai spent most of the time in the bottom half of the bottom half of the map.
That's the one.
And this is something I was talking about in the draft phase, that Nautilus, unless you gank for him, he's very vulnerable in this lane. So he will give over priority to the Talia and Xin Zhao.
At least he's gotten to a point now with Protobelt. He can sit in this lane. He shoved out the Camille, who actually in a bad position. Southwing, here we go, Death Realm! Oh no, he's left alone. He's running for his life. He has no help whatsoever. The Obliterate to come down. Southwing finally gets out of there. Flashes over the wall, but GimGoon wants to take him. He obliterates one more time and eaten up GimGoon. Spits him back out. He's back into the fight. It's Mordekaiser hungry for more. Another double over to Tian, or rather just the one. 6 and 2. Here comes the Tahm Kench ulti. Jay and Ike's just running. They have nowhere to go. They're on the wrong side of Summoner's Rift, and Jay sent to a corner. GimGoon pulls him back in. That's the Deathfire Grasp that you wish you had. Another kill to Tian. Stop giving it to the Rek'Sai. It continues. LWX can't find Ike. He has to flash away. So Vici able to get their jungler out, but they're just losing more and more.
Oh my, every Devour from Chris was spot on. That was the best Tom Kench play I've seen in such a while. Getting targets in and out, getting the engages down, and it's still going on.
Yeah, Chelizi caught out in the mid lane. Team wants to find a knock-up. He can't. Final Spark doesn't connect with the jungler of FPX. Vici walking away once again, but FPX, they're always the more proactive team. Vici matched them for a while, but now the tempo is going up and up.
Faith in Mordekaiser rewarded. You gave him a safe lane just for that type of a mid-game. He's absolutely deadly against targets with no flash, with no perfect timing stopwatches on them. You get that 7 seconds with a character mano-a-mano in that death realm, and it's so easy to just snipe off support, snipe off backlines when you're especially against solo lane against a dual lane situation. So we're going to see a lot more of that play with Mordekaiser in the meta.
Southwing, by the way, died for the 4th time as well after the Mordekaiser flashed over for him. So not the greatest game here for the Lux, but has facilitated the AD carry enough. So you're okay with it for now. No clear decision here from FPX, though. At the moment, spread across multiple lanes, just getting the shove out. No objectives available for another couple of minutes. And Tian just hovering between top and mid at the moment as W6G1 and Chris setting up for this mid lane turret that they so desperately need.
FPX played really well there. That was a great map read because Vici took the bot lane. They were transitioning towards the top side and going into an area where FPX previously held vision.
Yep.
If you're going at and doing that transition, you have to be very careful about moving into river. That's a lot of the times where these new and younger teams try to fail a lot, especially when they're swapping sides. And FPX being the more experienced team, they had everyone waiting around those corners. Lux solo going for vision in river, Mordekaiser, GimGoon there to catch her out and just punishes them so hard.
This constantly happens with the fact that Vici find themselves an early game lead, they get confident. And they make mistakes like that. They walk through for vision. They put a massive amount of priority on it. And they get punished for it.
And if you think about it, there's actually not much that Vici could do in that situation. Because even if they sent, let's say, Xin Zhao with the Lux to get vision, GimGoon could have still made the same play.
Yeah.
You just isolate someone. So that's a really smart way to use Mordekaiser to just trade 1-for-1 no matter how many people you have.
I was just going to say, I would hate it if I was Doinb and my Mordekaiser top took the blue buff. Like, I know they're looking for the invade here. They're looking towards bottom side. But at the moment...
In this type of situation, all the laner has to say is, who won the lane?
Who won the lane?
Who won the lane? Mordekaiser did, so I'm taking that blue. It's mine now.
Doinb would be like, well, I was busy bottom lane, so...
Blame it on. Pass it down.
He has 10 less CS than the Camille. Is that really winning the lane at the end of the day?
Hey, well, he moved around and got kills for that. I would call that a win.
Yeah, okay. And turret is down. So that is a true win at the end of the day. You're right, Clement. FPX onto the Dragon now, finally looking for their first elemental. A Cloud, unfortunate, but I'm sure the Mordekaiser with his amazing amount of gap close will appreciate that.
So what we see from Vici now is their best way for a comeback is actually to break an FPX siege. They can't really contest jungle vision because FPX has too much burst damage. Whichever target they pick right now, they can instantly kill. They're just too strong on the map right now. So Vici, they want to wait for an FPX siege and then try to catch someone. They have their own burst potential as well. But unless that happens, I think they have to be on the back foot and just pick up these incoming waves.
Maybe wait for that 2-item Talia. There is an energized Caitlyn now ready with 2 items itself. Rapid Fire Cannon picked up for Puff. So still in that 40 CS lead. It's been LWX and Chris constantly on the back foot. And no kill to the Varus just yet. He's got a Go-Moves, Ghost Blade, another Serrated Dirk. So waiting to get there for the AD carry build.
And I just want to point out that there's not a lot that can actually touch Puff. If you look at what Southwing is building, he's already got the Mikhails.
Yeah, that's a big build.
Now, we don't really see the Mikhails, and I have to mention that Mikhails will not get you out of Death's Realm. However, it will stop the stun after Death Charge.
You imagine trying to look for the Caitlyn as she gets pulled into the Death Realm. It's like, well, I built this.
But it doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
Oops. It does work on Depth Charge, though, so that's one less ability that FPX can use to get towards the back line.
You have to flash as well, though, don't you?
Yeah, you can't. You can't get out of the airborne, but you can't get out of the stun afterwards.
Okay, cool.
There's still a stun attached when you land.
So, I like the itemization here for Southwind. It's going to be really important since Puff at the moment seems like the most accelerated person alongside Jay. The difference between FPX and Vici is that Vici's jungler did not pick up the kill, went to the laners. So, there's a big opportunity to just laners take over. But at the moment, not the case for Vici. They've lost control of the river. They've lost control all around the mid lane turret.
All right.
Seems like only a matter of time.
This is the siege we were talking about. This is Vici's best chance. They can't contest side lanes. They can't hold on to their own jungle. But if they catch a light binding, when FPX are trying to set up a siege, they have the burst potential, and they have Talia coming in from the side as well.
Maybe.
FPX lead.
Yeah, I was going to say, or maybe it happens on the second time round, but FPX have absolutely no cares in the world. Tian's going to clear out some vision, get attacked by Barret on his way out. Thank you so much.
FPX are smart. They play towards their win condition. They're
Yep.
not going to give Vici their best scenario.
Woo! That was a WQ, by the way, from LWX. Yeah, get one in return. Southwind's so angry. He's going to back now, but LWX and Chris sticking around in the mid lane, and it's just the game has slowed down massively here, and every time for Vici Gaming, after what a starting lead it was, you're saying, well, I hope this works.
I think FPX actually need to pick the tempo up in this one.
Okay.
If you look at the comp, they're running 2 pseudo tanks in the front line. If you're thinking about Nautilus, Rek'Sai, or Mordekaiser, they're not great tanks. They're not going to last against a full item Caitlyn whatsoever.
I mean, Doinb's not a tank at all. Like
Yeah.
Luden's Echo, White Protobelt, didn't remember the second item. So 2 item Nort, and you're like, okay, wait till 6.
We've seen Doinb lose on Nautilus, and the way they lose is... Oh, wait, but
Is
we
it
have to
like
get
this,
first.
Clement?
Yeah, you can see the stun after the death charge. Mikhail was still held on. No full engage from FPX. Well played by Southwind.
Okay.
It's actually a fairly long cooldown on Mikhail, so you do want to keep that there.
But not that long of a cooldown on depth charges. GimGoon is still looking for this 1v1 in Chelizi. Vici finally break open the mid lane turret, so the tempo that we need to see from FPX, that's quelled even more so by Vici holding on to this lane.
Vici are impressing me right now.
Yeah, they're actually playing some of their best League of Legends, and this is what we wanted to see. If you're going up against a team like FPX, the ability to play up is needed, and a lot of teams haven't been able to do that. In fact, the only teams to take them to a Game 3 were LGD and V5.
I think FPX, if this continues, they will hard force themselves into a Baron play and just try to make picks off that.
Ooh, okay. That's a flash burn by Jay. You can see why. Even though he's level 13, the Talia needed to get out of there. The one bonus to backing is I see myself a Rabadon's death cap second here for Jay.
Oh, boy.
What's wrong,
So whenever you see that happen, you kind of throw the gold lead out the window and you say, well, if he catches someone, they're just dead.
Yeah, that's true.
So Vici are finding themselves a lot of weapons. The heat is on FPX at this point because they don't have good frontline tanks when it comes to the late game. Doinb is very easy to take out.
They just keep getting caught out. Thank you, Crisp, he says. I mean, Crisp has been saving so many people from FPX this game. Vici's still looking for their picks, and that means they get Baron priority once again. They get control down. They have so much vision now on that area. They're ready to fight with that Talia second item with the Trinity Force on top. Southwind will flash away, but at this point, you're okay burning the flashes as long as you don't get picked off.
And FPX need to do something before Chelizi can start split pushing against GimGoon.
Yep.
Once that starts to happen, then there's not much that FPX can actually do to wrestle back the map. So their windows are actually much shorter than you would expect, and you can see them setting it up heavily for these objectives. They want the big 5v5 to happen before the 30-minute mark. They need this Mordekaiser snowball to get going.
They do. And they need Chelizi. How's it going to be the defining moment? Well, Chelizi is almost towards that Ravenous Hydra. That's when GimGoon is in one hell of a bit of trouble. Is Baron actually getting started here from Vici? Now, Clement, walk me through it, because this is tense.
Yeah, this is very, very tense. That's going to be a 5-second wall where FPX can't engage, and their members are going to be able to cut off. However, Tian has a great position on this Baron, and I think that's enough to force Vici away. Vici have to play safe. If they lose that Baron buff right there, it's going to be lights out for them, so they're not going to be able to risk it.
Net win. They pick up that mid lane turret that they've been trying to get for the past 5 minutes.
They got everyone on FPX's team, but Jay did not lock out Rek'Sai, so they couldn't really go for that. And FPX are going to be very happy breaking open that mid.
Another objective taken just purely off the back of the trade. The double mountain denied from Vici, so A team like FPX that you're talking about who wanted to potentially look for the Baron this early on as a major play, well, the Mountain's going to help with that, and they'll happily take it.
We see that Leandri's coming in from Nautilus as well. He's going full on AP.
Yeah.
That basically means that I want the game to end as soon as possible. If you look at Vici's composition, they don't actually have a lot of HP tanks there that warrant Leandri's necessarily.
True.
It's just an item where it's like extra AP and HP. Typically, we do see more of like the Zhonya's build coming in for the Nautilus. That gives you a lot more tankiness as the game goes later.
Especially against this Caitlyn who has double zeal now with the static shift.
But Doinb saying, I want to finish now. Now, a very important interaction to note about this is that the Mikhail's does give you slow immunity, so the Leandri's will not be able to proc the sustained burn damage onto targets. Okay. The Agony passive won't actually proc. So that's something we need to keep pay attention to as Southwing uses it correctly.
Baron's been started though, Clement. We're going the dance again. And this is going down super quick with the Mountain Dragon, but Vici being caught out. There's the Chains of Corruption over the wall. They're going to continue going. The Death Cross brings Ice in, but the Baron is secured by Tian, and a close call as GimGoon's just going to stand here. Let's go, mate.
That was so smart.
Oh, it's being used. He flashes over the wall. TP's coming in as well. Ike's will survive, but FPX get the Baron. Will they lose GimGoon because he doesn't have the ulti, the Death Grasp to bring him in? Jay is burning. You're going to get the shield as well. Look at the Mordekaiser. He slams down Jay. That's some obstruction. That's Tian into the backside as well, who finds one. FPX wanted the game to end, Clement, and this is the way to do it. Pup finally gets the GA, but Doinb's coming. Good night, sweet prince. It's all over for you. Even gets the jungler, but FPX get the fight.
That was such a smart move from GimGoon. He grabs the Ikes into the Death Realm. There's no QSS on him. He can't get out. He can't smite the Baron. And they take it up safe and sound. The Vici play following up. Now, that was just a bit of desperation, we have to say. Getting a little bit too close to Mordekaiser with the Rylai's. Instant death sentence for Jay. And it's going to cost them a lot. Even if they lost the Baron, they could have held on for a while longer. But now with an inhibitor down, I think you have to say that the win percentage is much higher for FPX.
Yeah, it definitely is. It was off the back of this play, and I got scared because Ike's got dragged in. But, of course, the Death Realm was there. I was like, why are you dragging him in? But great ulti by GimGoon. Yeah,
that was such a smart play. You can't smite anything. You're being taken to another realm. You're banished. No Baron play for you. And this is just a little bit unfortunate from Jay. He actually does have the damage to kill GimGoon, but gets outplayed so hard right here. Misses his own Tectonic Shove, and GimGoon gets the Death Grasp. Easy follow-up from this point on.
Just maces him down. Double kill for GimGoon in the end. And the Mordekaiser are the core of that play, so it's good that we see, you know, one of the best top laners in the league playing this so effectively. FPX end the fight with 4 members up. They got the inhibitor off the back of it, and now we come back to live. And GimGoon sitting down this bottom turret. Chelizi can no longer deal with him because there's a Banshee's Veil now there. 3-item Mordekaiser versus 2 on the Camille. Rough days ahead here for the side lane of Vici Gaming.
Yeah, that Banshee's either going to block out the Hextech Ultimatum or it's going to block out the stun. Not really many ways you can trade after that. The window for Vici to start into the 4-1 just isn't there anymore.
Okay. He's just left him. I thought GimGoon already killed him, but wow, that would have been super quick. Level 16 on the Mordekaiser now as well, so Death Realm on a very small cooldown. Looking to steal that 10%. The camera's just stuck there because who cares about mid? The Mordekaiser's taken 2 people with him.
And Vici, they still have those long-distance crowd control tools. If Jay can land something on LWX, it's almost an instant kill, but they have to get those skill shots down. With no accuracy, they can't really defend against this at all.
Doinb and GimGoon going to bring the rest of the cavalry in. GimGoon now level 17. This guy's going up fast. He protobelts then. He looks for a Death Grasp, doesn't find it, but Doinb finds a pick onto Southwing, who just dies to the arrow from LWX, and FPX have their pick. Doinb looks for more, and I think this game is slowly but surely just running down for FPX.
FPX are not going to back off. They have the full minion wave here. They're going up against 5v4. They're going to try to end this right here and right now and here. GimGoon also has his teleport, so don't get fooled by that back. That's not a second return. Well, they want to make this a one-way trip.
Baron buff has expired, so for Vici, Let's see if they can hold on a little bit longer here in game number one. Doinb gets chucked to half health, but the Death Grasp pulls in Chelizi. Luckily, can walk away with a Hextech wall shot. Hook shot wall shot, excuse me. And here we go. Where are we going now? Towards the Dragon? Why not? FPX have everything in their power to end this game. They're just going to wait a little longer.
Yeah, Crisp has a great round trip planned out here for LWX. Quick drive-by onto the blue buff, and they're going to reset their entire siege once more. Multiple direction of incoming, multiple crowd controls that, if any of them land, I think Vici Gaming are just almost instantly dead.
It's a shame, isn't it? Because for Vici, there was a big part of this game where I was starting to think, hang on, good control, there's really good objective control, excuse me to use the same word twice, but at the end of the day, Vici held their own for part of this game against FPX. And then the expected happened, right?
Yeah, they did so well earlier on. I felt like the swap was what cost them the most when they're getting their bot lane towards the top side, no vision. You have Southwind meeting Mordekaiser in the middle of river. Never something you want to do. That's not a good meet and greet for Lux at all. And then losing the mid lane, transitioning to Baron buff. I actually felt like that was just FPX outplaying Vici.
Well, Chelizi looking for the last man, though. Jay's in a really good position for a flank. See if they can find his Doinb. Heads on in himself. Now, this will be the entrance of GimGoon from the side, but he doesn't even want to touch it as Jay is getting soloed out by the jungle. It might matter in the end, but GimGoon comes in. Death Realm onto the AD carry. And Vici are looking for the rest of FPX, but the redemption comes through. The Camille knocked up. Chelizi dies from Tian. And the board is having a great time in the back line. Triple kill for GimGoon. And FPX just turned on like that. At the end of the day, expectations were there. And FPX hit them hard here in game number one.
FPX is showing themselves as the more experienced team. They also understood the mechanics of Mordekaiser. They needed to force a Baron play, no problem. You just take the enemy jungler into the Death Realm. That's 100%